Hello there, and thank you very much for watching our brief video on our waste oil burner. This waste oil burner here that we're showing on the video is currently fitted to a standard residential boiler. In this case it's actually a 120 BTU boiler. Previously it was a kerosene burner, just been changed to the waste oil burner. It's the exact same fittings, and the only additional that you have is a compressor, because the jet is a pressurised jet. Similar type jet to would be in an air spray gun. It's a siphon jet, and as you turn up the air pressure, then in turn it will then take in more oil, and in taking in more oil you have a larger flame. The oil is preheated in the preheat tank, which we have here, and that's a stainless steel tank which is preheated, and the preheat temperature gauge is set on the front here on the burner. If you want to use kerosene you can do so, or diesel, just by turning the preheat temperature off altogether. You can run on the standard oils, kerosene, diesel. When you go to use engine oil, gear oil, hydraulic oil or cooking oil, then you preheat it, and it's preheated to generally 100 degrees, 110 for waste oil, and slightly warmer for cooking oil. At the front you have a little window where you can see the flame right through on the burner, and here we have where the air pressure is set. You can set the air pressure. This is for the pressurised jet. The jet generally runs at about half a bar, so it doesn't use a lot of air. You can use a 25 litre or 50 litre air compressor. The larger the tank of the compressor, then the compressor isn't switching on and off as quickly and as often to refill with air. So that's basically the overview of the burner. The burner itself usually uses between 2 and 5 litres. It's one question we're asked: how much oil does it use? It's about between 2 to 5 litres an hour. Another good question people will ask is the preheat. The preheat element is slightly less than 1 kilowatt, and with the burner being on continuously, because it's working on a stat, the preheat doesn't be on all of the time. So in simple terms, for every hour of use that the burner is on, the preheat is generally working 50% of the time. So if you run the burner for 2 hours, then you have really burnt 1 kilowatt, and 1 kilowatt, you can work out yourself what 1 kilowatt costs you. In UK terms is about 15p. So 15 pence for every 2 hours of heat. If anybody knows a cheaper way of heating your home, then please let me know. This current burner is actually our second up on the range, and it's currently heating a house with 18 radiators. 10 of them are actually doubles. So the heat output is phenomenal. You turn it down low, you never ever will have the burner turned up full for heat wise, because you're really wasting heat up the exhaust. Any questions, please drop me an email. My telephone number is on it. Ring the office, ring myself. But if anybody wants free heat for their home and have access to waste oil, engine oil, then folks, why give away? Just sit down and work out yourself what's it costing you to heat your home. Over the next 5 years, based on this year's oil prices, and I don't think the oil prices are going to get much cheaper. Over the next 5 years, whatever's cost you this year, multiply it by 5. What's it going to cost you the next 5 years to heat your home? If you have your own access to waste oil, then folks, it's almost free. So you can work out whether it's financially viable for you to fit a waste oil burner. Anybody that has one absolutely love it, and they just cannot believe that it's so clean. There's no dirt with the oil, and above that there is next to no, other than the heat haze, there's no smoke off the burner itself. This burner here, just going to show you very quickly as well just how it's actually set up. You have your air compressor, and people will ask the oil feed, etc. This one here basically That's the oil feed pipe coming along the wall. This is actually fed from a large storage tank, like a large oil tank outside. You see the red valve, which we can turn it off. And here, next to the red valve, is a solenoid valve, which is just to knock off. It's a safety one that we use. We recommend people to fit that. If there's a fault, then it just making sure no oil is seeping through or gravity coming through the pump itself. This is the pump that comes with your burner. The pump will actually suck the oil from your storage tank through the filter and down into the preheat tank. And in the preheat tank itself, there is a float valve switch. So the float valve switch will control naturally the level of the oil. When the float valve is below its recommended level, then it will send the electrical signal back to your pump. The pump will then top up the preheat tank. Your pump will just come on for a few seconds every minute, and just a quick input of oil. The oil will stay at a very constant level, and the benefit of that is that there's no drastic changes in the oil temperature. So when the preheat is heating, there's only a small amount of oil coming at one time, so the oil will stay at a constant level. And that is your air compression. Folks, why pay for heat when you can have heat free? This is James from waste-oil-burners.co.uk, helping you heat your home with waste oil. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this video because if someone told you next year that they got a burner of us this year and they were heating their home for free, how would you feel? So share with your friends who have also access to their own waste oil, and let us give them free heat also. Thank you very much for watching.